Stop number 22 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us back to the high banks of Bristol Motor Speedway, and this time we're under the lights for the always exciting Busch 500 night race at Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. And if you want 75 laps of short track mayhem, then well, you got it tonight at Bristol, Tennessee here, as we are set to go racing on his 0.533 mile bull ring with turns banked at 36 degrees. And here's the starting lineup for this event. On the pole is Seth Cole in car 52, the Isaacs Track Shag Hurley Limo Ford. Winner this season at Atlanta. He's alongside Cole Deaver, the winner of 3 races this season so far. Sonoma, Indy, and the last race in the tour at Michigan. Going to the next row number 2, it's car 43, Mike Becker, the STP Pontiac, and number 33, Nathan Ormond in the 33 Skull Bandit Oldsmobile, which that car is going to be a Chevrolet next year, by the way. Next season, I should say, too. Third row has car number 11, Jessica Shelton, a 2-time winner season so far. She won Martinsville and Talladega. Alongside of her is the winner of the first Darlington event this season, Kyle Matthews in the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Will be back to Darlington next race on the tour for the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Next row down is number 25, Colin Cropley in the Kodiak Chevrolet. Beside him is number 15, that is Aubrey Scott, the Motorcraft Ford. Next row down has car number 66, that is the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Ford of Rafael Leduc, the points leader coming into this event. And number 83, John Andrews, with a great qualifying run. He starts this race in 10th position. And talk about your good qualifying runs here. How about Wes McCoy in car 48, the Ruppel for Racing Pontiac? Started this race in 11th position inside of row 6. He's alongside number 30, Zachary Fitzwater in the Pennzoil Pontiac. Next we're down is number 1, Trent Dunham, the winner at Riverside this season in the Skull Classic Oldsmobile. That car's going to be a Ford next season. He'll be alongside number 8, the Snickers Ford of Joshua Osborne. Next we're down is number 6 car, that is Paul Minnick, the Daytona 500 winner, the Valvoline Ford. And number 94, Dylan Poteet in the Sunoco Ultra Ford. Next one on is number 16, that is Ali Liara, and number 12, Christian Bracken, who had a tremendous run in the last race since we're at Michigan in the Ray Bestis Ford. Next one on is number 98, the Molly Black Gold Chevrolet of Ryan Brommer, and number 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, winner this season at Dover. Next round, the Quaker State Ford, car 26 of Tori Gossett, and she's alongside number 17, that is Reggie Fogelman in the Western Auto Chevrolet. Tori, by the way, has one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's event. Our second camera will lie in the car of Keith Batts in the Texaco Haviland Ford, car 28, and beside him, number 18, Noah Sewell, sits alongside Batts, a winner twice this season. He won at Daytona and Rockingham. He won the 400 at Daytona, I should say. Next one down is number 10, Andrew Miller in the Purelator Chevrolet, and number 55 is Alexander Rowe in the Jasper Engines Ford. Next one down is number 49, that is Tito McCoy in the Maritron Battery Chevrolet, and beside him number 7, Lyle Austin in the Hooters Ford. Next one down is number 5, that is Austin Reed in the Tide Chevrolet, and number 68, Ben Cohen, who won this race last season, by the way, too. Austin, by the way, a winner this season at Watkins Glen. Next one down is number 4, 2-time winner this season so far. That is Eric Monaco, who won the first Michigan race this season. He also won the first Richmond race as well, too, the Kodak Film Chevrolet. And going for the Bristol sweep, it is Charles Samper in car 71, starting way out back. And back some big names out back as well, too. Next one down has Caleb Fogler, number 90, the winner of the first Pocono event this season. Winner of the first Pocono race this season. In the number 90 Split Bar Spark Plugs Ford, and number 9, Cody McGurk in the Milling Performance Ford. Next one down is number 75, Laura Chung in the Raymont Oldsmobile, and Quentin Moore from way out back in the 21 Citgo Ford. It's going to be fun to see him come up the field. He has our 3rd in-car camera, by the way, too, in the Citgo Ford, car 21. And starting shotgun is Mitchell Hodak in car number 22, the Maxwell House Ford. So that's your starting lineup for this event here today. As Seth Cole, by the way, too, I mentioned Cole Deaver was up to 2nd place in the points at Michigan, but it turns out I was wrong. Deaver's actually 4th in the points coming in to Bristol. Seth Cole's the one who's running 2nd right now to Leduc in the points chase coming into this race at Bristol. Here's the command to fire him up for the Busch 500.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Commands begin to fire the engines as we're set to go racing here today on his 0.533 mile racetrack, or tonight I should say, Pace car is filled up in pit road for the pace up for the green flag right after this. Field heading off into turn number 3 at Bristol Motor Speedway here. First time in a while we've done a concrete Bristol under the lights as the green flags with the fly and the Boot City and the Busch 500 is on. Mike Becker getting way out of shape coming off turn number 2 right there as you see Jessica Shelton dive inside Cole Deaver for the third position now as the first lap is being led by Seth Cole. And he's put out to a pretty big lead right now on the rest of the field as they come through turns number 3 and 4. 3 wide there is Rafael LeDuc wasting no time in a 66 machine. I tell you, that car has been on fire as far as great finishes are concerned here. And as we mentioned at Michigan, Wes McCoy now up to the, I believe he's up to the 5th position right now in the 48 machine. And the field getting spread out a bit right there. Seth Cole has got 6/10 on Mike Becker, and Jessica Shelton's got 6/10 behind Becker right now. So some field getting spread out a little bit right now. Kind of unusual for Bristol for sure. Nathan Orman up to 7 positions. 8th is Colin Cropley. 9th is Kyle Matthews. And Ali Liara runs in 10th position in car 16. You're on board with the 11th place car, Tori Gossett. In the Quicker State Ford. Gossett finally qualifying decent at least. She started 21st in this event, and now she's up to 11th. Not been a good last few races for the Quicker State team. She hopes to get things turned around as she tries to move her way up in the top 10. And not far behind Gossett is Keith Batson. You're riding with him in car 28. Texaco Haviland for the Davey Allison colors, running 13th right now. Trent Dunham up ahead of him in 12th. And you can see how long it takes to run the laps at Bristol. Not very long, about 15 seconds a lap as the yellow flag flies for the first time tonight. And it was Reggie Fogelman, I believe, in 17 who has spun. Take a look as to what happened to cause the yellow flag to fly. And he just gets turned into the wall by the 12 car of Christian Bracken, and he is now, as you saw him get lapped by the leaders. So first caution of the day flying on the 9th lap here as Seth Cole remains your leader here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll be back for the restart right after this. Just as you rejoin us, green flag flies on lap number 15 here in the Busch 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Seth Cole, well, was your leader here on the race right. And now here comes Jessica Shelton in car number 11 to the low side, looking for her 3rd win of the season. And Jessica puts the number 11 Budweiser Ford, the Bill Elliott colors, up to the top spot. Second position is Rafael LeDuc. 3rd right now is now car at 48 car Wes McCoy in the James Hilton ride up to the 3rd position in that number 48 machine. This is the best of McCoys have run all season long. Tino McCoy, by the way, his teammate, runs right now 17th in the field in the Ameritron Battery Chevrolet. Speaking of Chevrolets, there's your highest running Chevy right now. Cole Deaver in 4th position, and 5th right now Seth Cole. The yellow flag flies for the 2nd time now. Just as Rafael LeDuc was about to make a move on the Jessica Shelton car, and it's 55 car of Alexander Rowe, who is spun on Colin Cropley. Again, Cropley is going to be is probably getting madder and madder right now about his luck this season so far. If I know Cropley, definitely is. But it's Alexander Rowe, Colin Cropley, Ali Liara, Noah Sewell was involved. Zachary Fitzwater in the 30 car. Laura Chung in car 75. She also was involved. Take a look as to what happened that caused the 2nd caution flag of the night. And And evidently what happened actually was not back behind the leaders right there. I think it might have been a 25 or the 16. It might have been 25 or 16 cars that probably started the whole deal. We'll see what it was. It was the 25 and 33 cars. Yeah, 33 of Ormond got into Cropley, got into Matthews, and everybody else just crashed right into everybody else to each other. Dylan Pote was involved. There was Fitzwater. There was Minnick and the 55 car. Cropley, out of his frustration, just took it out on Alexander Rowe in the 55 car. And I want to check that 5 car. Does that 5 car have any damage? No, he does not. Austin Reed, what a driving job out of that 5 car. Austin's just slowed down and, I mean, just absolutely just avoided disaster. And he right now sits 26th position right now in that number 5 tire with just 20 laps in the books. Here at Bristol, there's Dylan Pote come off of pit road. But it's Jessica Shelton who remains as your leader right now. We'll be back for the restart right after this. Green flag's back out here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We've been green for about a lap now. It's Jessica Shelton leads with Raphael LeDuc second position. And here comes Keith Batson up the 3rd spot in the 28 machine as the lap cars held up the outside lane. Seth Cole, Wes McCoy, Cole Deaver, Ryan Brommer, and Tito McCoy as Cole Deaver trying to squeeze his way inside of both, squeeze his way between both Cody McGurk and Tori Gossett, but they weren't having any of it. And 3 wide now as they come out the 4th corner at this point of the track here as Tito McCoy in a very vulnerable position. Now Deaver cuts right in front of Charles Sanford in 71 as they come off the 2nd turn. Off the 4th turn they come right there as Deaver drops his way down to 12th position right now as they come off the 2nd turn. Dylan Pote, one of the cars that was is actually not on the lead lap, and that crash, by the way, has knocked several cars out. Pote probably running 30th at the moment. He is currently now 1 lap down. Cars that crashed out of the race were John Andrews, Kyle Matthews, Colin Cropley, Noah Sewell, Zachary Fitzwater, and Ali Liara. So 6 cars got knocked out of the race because of the crashes. 31 cars remain, and 29 on the lead lap. And the average speed so far of just a little over 80 miles per hour. Raphael LeDuc, meantime, he is doing a darn good. He's trying to catch Jessica Shelton. The yellow flag flies for the 3rd time, I should say, here today. And I think it's the 15 car, of Aubrey Scott, who has spun. So caution number 3 flying on lap number 29. Take a look at what happened to Aubrey Scott. I think it was him and Ben Cohen. No, it was, yeah, he got into Ben Cohen, a 68 car, and just turned him around. And Paul Minnick just drives him straight. That really shouldn't have been a caution flag. I don't know why. Excuse me. So that caused the yellow flag to fly for the 3rd time. Jessica Shelton is your leader. 2nd position is Raphael LeDuc. 3rd position is Keith Batson. Then it's Mike Becker 4th and Trent Dunham 5th. 6th is Joshua Osborne. 7th is Cody McGurk. 8th position right now is Tori Gossett. 9th is Andrew Miller and Quentin Moore, who started this race way back in about 34th position was where he started in the race. He is at the 10th place right now in that 21 Sitco machine. I told you it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Quentin Moore on the after starting this race here. And by Jax, look where he's at right now. So yellow flag, or green flag will fly once again when we come back after this. Jessica Shelton is your leader. Getting set for the restart here at Bristol Motor Speedway here. Cars in the inside lane. Dylan Pote and in the 94 car and the 75 of Laura Chung. Those 2 cars in the inside lane. They're both, those 2 cars not on the lead lap. Poti running 30th position. 31st is Chung, the green flag back out, lap number 35. And this time, Raphael LeDuc's the one on the high side getting caught. And here comes Trent Dunham and Joshua Osborne. Low side coming off turn number 4 right there. Gets past the 75 machine as Dunham, Osborne, McGurk, Gossett, and a few others test the inside lane. Here comes Osborne. Tries the low side again. Remember, he finished second to Charles Sanford back in the day race at Bristol, the Food City 500. And Joshua having another solid day here at Bristol, Tennessee, as the man who won the second race at Pocono earlier this season, trying to join the 2-win club. And Cody McGurk, the winner of the All-Star race this season at Charlotte, he's running right now in 5th position, or make that 4th position right now, as he's gotten by Trent Dunham. And meantime, Dylan Poti trying to get himself in the position to trying to get himself back on the lead lap there, but he has got about a little over 2 seconds to work with here, because where's Jessica Shelton? She is all alone right now in the lead. It's a simple thing. It's a simple deal too. She escaped the lap traffic. The others did not, and that's pretty much what gave her the huge advantage she's got right now. As Poti gets off the wall, come off turn number 4. While Austin in the 7 car, he's now moved his way up into 6th position right now in the Hooters Ford. Then Deaver and Sanford and Austin Lee now trying to get past the 94 cars as well to try to get to the back of the 71 of Sanford. Dylan Young, meantime, he's up to 10th place in that Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. On board with Keith Batson in car 21. Mention here, the laps do not take long at Bristol. 15 seconds a lap around this track here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And there's the view from Quentin Moore's perspective here as he's trying to get around the lap car, Dylan Poti. I'm sure Quentin a little bit frustrated right now. He's running in 12th position right now in that Sitco Ford. And there's the view. You're seeing nothing but wall right now on Quentin Moore's car, but there's the view from looking right at Mike Becker in car 43. Ben Cohen right there behind 68 car. He's running in 14th. 15th is Alexander Rowe. And Wes McCoy has dropped to 16th position there. He got as high as 3rd position, but the barrage of yellow flags have kind of fallen him back a few spots here. Christian Bracken running 17th. 18th is Mitchell Hodak. He started last in this event. Tori Gossett runs 19th, and 20th is Paul Minnick, running just ahead of Caleb Fogler. There's the pole sitter, Seth Coles. He has dropped to 23rd position. And we're actually about to take 22nd away from Tito McCoy in 49. And now Ryan Brommer gets a little bit loose in the 98 car, trying to battle back with Eric Monaco and Nathan Ormond. And Aubrey Scott trying to pick his way through the field right there. Aubrey is still on the lead lap, by the way, in the 15 Motorcraft car. He gets by Andrew Miller in a 10 machine as he comes up to the 4th corner now. But look who's closing up in the back of the leaders here. It's that number 11, Jessica Shelton. She has gotten by the 75 car of Laura Chung and puts her a 2nd lap down. Raphael LeDuc right now, he is currently right now 1.7 seconds back of the leader. And Osborne another almost a full second back of LeDuc right now in the 8 car there. There's Osborne running in 3rd position in the Snickers Ford. That car's going to have Ray Bestis as a sponsor next season. For season 37. Still be a Ford on that car. 12 car's going to have Meineke as a sponsor in season 37 as well too. The 9 car, well, not sure what's going to happen to that machine next season. They'll probably get something figured out right there. Cole Deaver, you'll see him in that car again next season as well too, as we're starting to get silly season news right here. Charles Sanford, that car, he's going to be moving to the 24 DuPont car next season, by the way, too. That car's going to debut at Atlanta with Charles behind the wheel of that machine. So who takes over the 71 car in Atlanta? We'll figure that one out when we can. Because remember in 1992, the 24 DuPont car did debut at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So there you have it with that. Austin Reed right now is in 9th position in the Tide Chevrolet, excuse me. Charles Sanford and goes by, so does Austin as they get by Austin as they go by Lyle Austin in number 7. There is and now Young gets by, and here comes number 28 Keith Batson trying to go by as well too. And the Haviland Ford as he ride with Keith Batson in car number 28, running 11th right now as he tries to pull up to the back of the 7 car, tries to give him the bumper. And there's the view from Quentin Moore's perspective. Quentin running in 12th position right now in that Haviland Ford. And meantime, we got a battle for the lead starting to develop here up front, because the lap car is giving Jessica Shelton a bunch of headaches right now, and that is just about put Rafael LeDuc up behind that number 11 car. LeDuc is now close to less than a second on the Shelton machine. She tries to get by Andrew Miller and the 6 car of Paul Minnick. But the laps are clicking off. We'll be down to 15 to go. Just time by here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Shelton has won twice. She won at Martinsville. She won again at Talladega. And you will see Jessica back in that number 11 car next season as well, too. The Budweiser Ford. And now she's got her and now she's got a lap car between her and LeDuc now she lets LeDuc deal with that number 66 car or number 94 car, I should say, of Dylan Poteet. Now Joshua Osborne pulls up beside Poteet as well, and Osborne close to the last second as well too. So I tell you, we may have a 3-car battle for the win here. Looks like here at Bristol. But the lap car could be Jessica Shelton's best friend here at Bristol if he can, because she hopes he'll keep LeDuc at bay. But on the other hand, she does have a problem up ahead. That's that 6 car of Paul Minnick, the Daytona 500 champion. Nathan Orman is up ahead as well too. Lap traffic does present problems on the short track though, obviously. Pulls up to the inside of the 6 car and Minnick just lets Shelton by. Less than 0.4 of a second separate the front 2 cars with now 10 laps to go at Bristol. As now LeDuc, Osborne, and Dunham all get by the 6 machine right there. Now they're going to try to train by that number 10 car. And if they train by that 10 car, though, Shelton's going to... What I'm trying to say is that they train by that 10 car, it could spell trouble for Jessica Shelton. But for Rafael LeDuc, though, he will extend his points lead if he stays where he's at right now. Osborne, on the other hand, he's having a solid season so far, a lot better than he had last season, I will say. No, last season actually was a good season for him as well too. I shouldn't say that. Osborne didn't finish third in the points last season after his shot for second place kind of shot the crap in Atlanta. But we got problems with the 12 car of Christian Bracken has spun. Does that bring out the caution flag? I'm not sure if it does. We'll look at the start-finish line right there. Nope, we stay green. But Jessica Shelton does stretch out her lead, though. She is now 1.3 seconds ahead of the leader right there. She gets by the 4 car of Eric Monaco and a 75 car of Laura Chung. This time by completes lap number 72. We'll be down to 3 laps remaining here at Bristol. And Shelton's lead is now ballooned to 1.28 seconds on the field right there. Second there as now Leduc pulls ahead of also from Osborne, who's now trying to deal with Chung, but now he's also trying to deal with Trent Dunham. And that one car trying to hold him up for 3rd place. 5th position right now is Cole Deaver in car number 3. As we watch, and now Dunham falls back behind Osborne. Right there's the white flag flies for car number 11. Cole Deaver's the only driver that's won 3 times this season so far here in season 36. And Jessica Shelton's getting ready to do the same thing here as they go through turns number 3 and 4 and add a second name to the 3-win club. Jessica Shelton wins the Busch 500 at Bristol. Jessica Shelton in dominating fashion wins here today under the lights at Bristol Motor Speedway as she takes the number 11 Budweiser car, the Bill Elliott colors, to victory lane here today. Second place goes to Raphael Leduc. I tell you, his points harvest looking good at every race here. He finishes second. Third goes to Joshua Osborne. He holds off Trent Dunham. Best spot, Dunham comes home fourth, and Cole Deaver finishes 5th. 6th goes to Dylan Young. 7th to Cody McGurk. How about that 9 car finishing 7th position? And how about Lyle Austin, 8th place for that number 7 car. Charles Sanford 9th, and Austin Reed finishes in 10th position. Average speed 94.486 miles an hour. Shelton, who started this race in 5th position, she crashed out in the day race at Bristol, but she wins the night race this time. So 22 races are in the books, and 10, and I should say, no, 9 races are left to go in the season, I should say, here in season 36. Give you the rest of the finishing order here. Quentin Moore, 11th place for the 21 car after starting 34th. That's a solid day for Quentin Moore. Mike Becker finishes in 12th position. 13th will go to Ben Cohen. Wes McCoy, 14th in the finishing order here after starting 11th. Solid day for that 48 team. Keith Batson, 15th. 16th goes to Mitchell Hodak. Seth Cole, the pole sitter, finishes in 17th, I should say, excuse me. Alexander Rowe, 18th. Tori Gossett, 19th. And Tito McCoy comes home in 20th. Reggie Fogelman, 21st. Caleb Fogler, 22nd. 23rd goes to Ryan Brommer. 24th and last car on the lead lap, Nathan Ormond. Finishes last car on the lead lap here. Barely finishes last car on the lead lap because Shelton was up on the back bumper coming the checkered flag on that 33 car. 26th goes to Andrew Miller. 27th goes to Paul Minnick. 28th to Aubrey Scott. Dylan Pote, 29th, and Laura Chung, the last car to finish the race. She ends up 3 laps down in 30th position. So 30 cars finished this race here today, and 24 of them finished on the lead lap. Cars out of the race here: Christian Bracken, John Andrews, Kyle Matthews, Colin Cropley, Noah Sewell, Zachary Fitzwater, and Alan Liara were the cars that finished out of the running. But a good old-fashioned woodshed whipping put on by Jessica Shelton as she gets her 3rd victory this season, adding on to her victories at Talladega and Martinsville, and that bodes well for her in the points as well too, as she's trying to work her way up in the top 10. She was 14th in points coming into this event here at Bristol, and that should move her up quite a few notches as well too. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got inner races. We got gaming videos. We got inner online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, desires to have for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, the main series on this channel. If you want in on future seasons of Seth Series, be sure to get with Seth and he'll get you going. Also, be sure to check out our other 2 channels, the channels that does NNSCRA offline. That channel being X86753 and A5X is Dylan Young's channel, the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. And also be sure to check out the channel, also subscribe to that channel for some cool stuff as well too. Again, it's channel X86753 and X8675309 A5AX. Subscribe to that channel for some cool stuff as well too, and also subscribe to the channel that Dylan Young and Kyle Matthews do together. That channel being We the Coaster. So if you are a roller coaster / theme park / amusement park fan, then We the Coaster is the channel for you. Subscribe to that channel for some cool stuff. And also subscribe to this channel you're watching here, the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel, for some cool stuff as well too. So that will do it here today at Bristol Motor Speedway. Congratulations once again to Jessica Shelton, the winner of the Busch 500. And for now, it's James Colson, the production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 11 years of Off-Flight Racing and Special. We'll see you at Darlington Raceway for the Mountain Dew Southern 500.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?